Hey everybody, Austin here for our update live from Philippines. We are in Cagayan de Oro in Mindanao in the Philippines. If anybody's ever been there before, that's where we are. And so I'm very excited to be able to introduce you to a couple of guys and tell you a little bit about how this week has gone, or week and a half, I guess, have gone. This is Mike Perkinson. Mike has been involved in Worship Catalyst for 15, 16 years, almost from the very beginning. He has really helped us understand how to build discipleship into our training programs for everything that we do for worship leaders. Mike is in some of our training videos and things like that. And so he's the one actually that connected me to this mission here in Philippines so that we could start the process of worship leaders here. And I'm going to ask him a question here in just a minute. This is June Canoy.
Hey.
June Canoy is awesome. He is from Philippines. He lives in San Francisco Bay Area, but he started a mission of serving Filipinos, 21 years ago?
Yes, 21 years
21 years ago, and every year he brings a team, and this year we have combined Philippine and U.S. team of 60, 70, 80 people?
Yes.
Yeah, all doing medical missions and some other things like that. Basketball, we have basketball people playing tournaments and doing training. We have dentists, we have doctors, we do jail ministry.
Military ministry.
All of it. And so I want to ask you, June, man, because it's been a privilege for me to be able to just jump onto what you're already doing, kind of piggyback on all that God's done through you, to be able to train worship leaders. And one thing about Philippines is that worship ministry seems to be like one of the most important things in the church. And so can you just describe the value of what we have brought and what we can still continue to bring?
Sure. It's a privilege to be able to say yes to God and able to embrace everybody to work for the kingdom of God. When Pastor Mike mentioned about Pastor Austin Ryan about extending the worship ministry and say oh man, I think that's wonderful. Me, myself, I was used to be a worship leader, but when I heard Pastor Austin in discipling a worship leader, and I was so impressed when I listened all those points of how we can embrace that. So with that, I'm so grateful that as we see worshipers in this area or of Mindanao or in the Philippines can embrace a teaching where this humility of being a worship leader and discipling from there. Because what we have here, we have some good singers. We can have a worship for hours, but just to nurture those people that are leading the worship, it's wonderful, and I'm so grateful for that. It really impacted much of the churches here, and they embraces it, and they are so thankful for what has been done. So as Embrace and Reach, we embrace everybody, and then reach out to the world, whoever they are, for the kingdom of God.
That's so good, June. It's awesome to be able to partner with a ministry that's so established, because June knows everybody. And so what we've been able to do this week is by the end of the time, and I head back home, we will have had 5 worship seminars. I think having probably around 400 people, probably worship leaders that we've been able to impact. And I don't know how many churches that's going to end up being, but dozens of churches that have been involved. In addition to speaking at a pastor's conference and leading worship at a pastor's conference, which I didn't know I was going to be leading worship for, but hey, there was a guitar and we ended up doing it. And so Mike was in charge of the pastor's conference. I preached a couple of sermons. He kind of led the thing. We had some other pastors involved. But one thing about Mike understands the vision and the mission we have, and it's not for me to just come to other countries. You guys know this, and make an impact and then leave, but it is to spend time investing in that area to train leaders who train leaders who train leaders until every worship leader all throughout that country has an opportunity to get better at what they do. So Mike also is deeply connected here. And so what are some next steps you think that we're going to be able to make because of what we've done this week?
Yeah, thanks, Austin. It's been great to have Austin here. And we talked months ago, and I just felt in my spirit that what Worship Catalyst does would be incredibly received in the Philippines. And like June said, the worship leaders here are phenomenal. It seems like everybody can sing, but the depth and discipleship is missing. Yeah. And this is a hungry culture, and they want to learn how to be discipled. And one of the beauties of the Philippines is they will quickly mimic what you teach them. And if you show them a pattern of how to live for Jesus and you show that as a worship leader, man, they're going to embrace it. They're going to multiply it because this youth culture is really hungry. The churches are wanting more. And so what Worship Catalyst brings, I think, is going to be beautiful. So my thoughts and my hopes and my heart, and I know June would echo all of this, is we would love to come back and facilitate youth conferences, more worship catalyst conferences, seminars that would raise up more and more worship leaders that walk the walk of Jesus.
Yeah.
We have planted hundreds of churches here in the Philippines, which means you need worship leaders who can do that. We are a discipling ministry. We're not just trying to get the thousands of people.
That's right.
That's easy. It's actually easy to do here. What you want is people who can multiply and make disciples.
That's it.
And Worship Catalyst is doing that, and it fits here. And I think we could have an ongoing ministry of raising up hundreds, if not thousands of leaders. And here's the best part. It will go into East Asia. They won't just keep it here. It will go into East Asia. I mean, they'll take it to other places. And Filipinos travel. They travel well. They relocate well. And so when they go, they'll take this with them. So this is going to go, much like the book of Acts, it will go everywhere. And so our next steps will be some more seminars to come, maybe some specialized weeks that we would come and do just those things and partner with June and host some things with multiple denominations. This isn't just denomination based, it's multiple denominations. And so there's a prime move of God just sort of waiting to bubble up here. And I think Worship Catalyst will be on the front end of helping ignite that.
Sweet. Well, this has been a great first step, and I want to just thank you, June, for letting
you're
us piggyback on all that you've already done through all the years, and Mike for inviting and for facilitating all this with us. So, guys, and thank you always for partnering, for giving, for praying. I know that so many of you have been praying like every day since I've been here, and thank you for your just ongoing making everything that we do possible because you love us and because you love Jesus and you love leaders. So anyway, I'll be back with some more information later on, but hopefully that is enough to like make your heart sing that God has done through you a ton here in the Philippines. See you. Bye.